Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Minecraft Redstone video. Today I have something very exciting for you guys. I have a Redstone XP bank. Let's get started. Before I show you guys this redstone contraption, I want to make one thing very clear. This was not my idea. I got this idea from a YouTuber called ImpulseSV. He built this on the Hermitcraft server, and I will leave a link to his channel in the description. So, just to give you a quick rundown of what this contraption does, it collects smeltable items from a farm, smelts them, and saves up the XP so that you can take the XP from the furnace whenever you need it. I guess now would be the best time to tell you about how this thing works. So when you walk up to it, this is the user interface. We have a lamp, we have a furnace, pressure plate, a button, and some signs with instructions. This is where your user is going to stand and use this thing. But this is where the actual magic happens, behind the machine. So the easiest part is the smelting. The cactus flows into the furnace, gets smelted into a hopper chain into a chest minecart. This is where the actual magic starts happening. This comparator reads how many items are in this chest minecart. It then compares the amount in the minecart to the amount that's in this barrel. You can see that there are almost 27 stacks of green dye in this barrel, except we are missing one. That means that this comparator will only give an output if this hopper minecart is entirely full of green dye. Whenever this chest minecart is full, that means that the furnace has almost smelted enough items to give you 30 levels. It'll then give an output to this redstone dust, powering this piston, pushing up this cauldron, eventually lighting this lamp, indicating that the machine is ready to give you 30 levels. That same signal also turns off this redstone torch, retracting this piston, which lets the minecart through where it gets broken by this amethyst cluster. The minecart then gets picked up by the hoppers, while the cactus is all getting destroyed because we don't need that much green dye. At least I don't. After the minecart ends up in the hoppers, it goes through the hoppers into the droppers, where it gets detected by this comparator and shot upwards back into this dispenser, where it gets replaced, ready for the next round of 30 levels. Just as a quick demonstration, I filled up the minecart almost all the way. You can see it's only missing a couple pieces of green dye. I will move up to the collecting station or the user interface to see the light turn on. There we go. We just saw the light turn on, we heard the minecart get released, and the cactus get destroyed. We can now walk up to this pressure plate, stand on it, wait till another piece of dye gets out, we can grab it, and we get the XP. We can then get off the pressure plate, throw the dye back in, and press the button to reset the system. So let's start off by building the main user interface. If you have a wall just like this, you'll need to remove these 6 blocks, remove 4 more blocks behind that, place your lamp right over there, your furnace right over there, some stairs on top, and those hoppers are facing backwards. Just so you can see, the hoppers are facing away from the main user interface. Let's first start off by building the minecart station. We want to start off by placing a block underneath the hopper, placing a block diagonally under that, and placing a detector rail on top of this glass block. This needs to be a detector rail, otherwise the comparator won't take an output from the minecart hopper. We're then going to remove this hopper, place another type of rail on top of that and remove it again. We are then going to replace the hopper and we're going to build out from the block that has the rail on top of it. Just like this. Place a comparator away from the rail, turn it on so that it's in subtract mode. We are going to place another block right here, place a comparator facing into the other comparator, and place our barrel or chest with 27 stacks minus one item inside of it. If you have done that, you want to put a redstone dust on top of there, a repeater coming out of this block, 2 blocks just like this, and 2 more blocks just like this. We then want to put redstone dust on top of these blocks, a torch on top of this one, a redstone torch, a block on top of the redstone torch. You want to grab a sticky piston and place it facing down from the block we just placed so that it extends, grabbing this block that's diagonal to the detector rail. This is your minecart station, and this will release it when the minecart is full of items. To make sure that the redstone lamp turns on when the minecart is full, we want to place a block on top of this repeater, place a normal piston next to that block, a full cauldron of water on top of that piston. I'm going to place a block between the cauldron and the lamp, place a comparator on top of that, and we're going to place a normal piston facing down 1 block above the cauldron. This will turn the lamp on when the minecart gets released. Place 1 block over here next to this iron block, redstone dust on top of that, a block next to it, a torch on top of that block, another block next to that block, a repeater coming out of the torch, a block on top of the torch, and a torch on the side of that block that's next to the piston. It should quickly extend and retract like that, and the torch should turn off. We are then also going to place a piston coming out of that repeater facing into this block above the redstone torch. What this will do is retract this block, sending the minecart away when the reset system is kicked in. Now we're going to start with the weird minecart shenanigans. What we're going to do is place a mud brick or a mud block over here. If I remember correctly, this can also be soul sand. We're going to place a power drill on that, and you might see that this rail gets updated and gets pulled down. What you're just going to have to do is place another rail up here and place the hopper back. That should fix it. Then what you're going to do is place a cauldron underneath the mud, fill it with lava, place a couple blocks like this, a hopper coming out of the cauldron, facing to the side, is place a block right at the end of the rail, place the amethyst cluster like this, place a slab on the side of this mud block. What you then want to do is fill the side of this in with blocks, as well as the bottom. Place a rail over here. If it's facing sideways, place another rail, remove it again. Fill the rest of that in with glass blocks. One on the top here, and one on the bottom here. What you then want to do is grab your water, place it on the same block that the rail is on, grab your sand, place it over there, grab your cactus, place it on the sand, and it should be all done. Then for the last part of this contraption, the dropper elevator, we're going to first place our chest over there. You should see the power drill turn on. We are then going to place some temporary blocks over here. Place a dropper up like this. And then 1, 2 more, 3 more. We are then quickly going to remove the minecart, remove this block, place a dispenser over there facing into this area. We're going to then replace this block and place the minecart back. What you're then going to do is place another hopper going into the bottom dropper, completing this chain of hoppers. Place a block underneath this dropper, place a comparator on top of that, a dropper next to that, some blocks over here, you can remove these ones, place a redstone dust on there, a repeater on there, and blue concrete next to the dropper. You're then going to get your observers, place them up like this, 3 on top of the dropper, and 3 coming out of those observers. If you would like to test if your system is working, you can go into the chest, fill it all the way, except for one. It doesn't go, that's good. It still doesn't go. If you put this last one in, it should go. It does, it gets broken. The cactus all gets destroyed, and the minecart gets placed back. Last but not least, let's add the inputs to the furnace. 1 on the top, this is where your cactus will go, and 1 on the side, this is where your fuel will go. This can be any kind of fuel, and this can be any kind of item that you can smelt. I would suggest cactus, since it's easy to farm. Well, that's all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you could follow along with the tutorial. Leave a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And I hope to see you guys in the next video.